In 27 years as a paramedic, Steve Johnson says he's never seen the ambulance service so short-staffed, the National Health Service so overstretched. Ahead of a planned ambulance strike next week, Steve says if the government doesn't offer a significant pay increase, he, like many of his colleagues, may quit.
So this isn't just about pay, although that is the main issue, but at the moment we have devastating staff shortages. We've got record number of vacancies across the NHS, across the ambulance sector. In fact, the Health and Social Care Committee up in Parliament have stated we're experiencing the greatest workforce crisis in the history of the NHS, and it's unsustainable.
The coming days and weeks will see already striking postal workers joined by paramedics, along with railway and airport staff, the border force, bus drivers, and for the first time in the history of their union, nurses.
We're seeing a wave of industrial action, and that's in response to 12 years of the government holding down public sector workers' pay. We know that the pay awards given by government this year amount to real terms pay cuts on the back of that long pay squeeze for public sector workers.
The Trades Union Congress says about a third of key public sector workers are in the process of quitting or considering it. That includes 34% of education workers and 31% in the health sector. While NHS nurses are calling for a 19% pay rise, the government is offering 4 to 5%. Rail workers want a 7% increase. The government is offering them 4 or 8% over 2 years. And Royal Mail workers are asking for a 9% raise. They're being offered 7% over 2 years, plus a lump sum. The government is refusing to give any more ground, warning that public sector pay rises will only fuel inflation itself, already eating away at workers' real wages, and that pay hikes will eventually have to be paid for by the public in tax rises. The strikes come at a crucial moment, not just during Christmas and the winter cold when many public services are needed most, but also in the midst of a cost of living crisis, driving many of the poorest and most poorly paid further into poverty. And strikes are expensive for both sides. In a battle of attrition over this festive season of discontent, it'll be a question of who can sustain the cost of strike action longest. Jonah Hull, Al Jazeera, London.